What's with Donald Trump's fixation on South Africa? We look at a geopolitical story with multiple angles to it, running from the Cape of Good Hope to the Middle East. The occupied West Bank, the tactics the Israeli military has imported from Gaza, and the news outlets in Israel acting like cheerleaders. Plus, Syria, the post-Assad era, fake news, and the dangers of disinformation. It is hard to keep up with all the executive orders coming out of the White House these days, so we've decided to pick one of them and to dig into that story. Donald Trump has signed a directive stopping all U.S. foreign aid to South Africa and offered refugee status to Afrikaners, white South Africans, many of whom were complicit in the system of apartheid. Ostensibly, Trump opposes a new law, the Expropriation Act, which gives the ANC-led coalition government the power to expropriate land under certain scenarios, including land owned by Afrikaners. The order also accuses the government of fueling violence against racially disfavored landowners. Trump's talking about white people, farmers. The South African government disputes those arguments, says they're based on misinformation and propaganda. We'll get at that, where that material comes from, and how it has made it onto news channels in the U.S. and beyond. The other angle playing into this story, South Africa also happens to be the country that has taken Israel to the International Court of Justice for genocide. Since taking power once again, Donald Trump has been taking shots across the bows of so many countries. Canada.
Why should we be subsidizing Canada?
Mexico.
Criminals, people from jails come through Mexico.
China.
China makes the fentanyl, gives it to Mexico.
Denmark over Greenland. And now, South Africa.
The South African situation is very, very dangerous. There's tremendously bad things going on, including the confiscation of property.
With the stroke of a pen and an executive order, Trump ended U.S. foreign aid to South Africa and paved the way for Afrikaners, white South Africans, to resettle in America. The order accuses the ANC-led government of using a new law, the Expropriation Act, to discriminate against white farmers and confiscate their land. It also alleges the government has fueled disproportionate black-on-white violence aimed at farmers, landowners. Taking to his platform of choice, Truth Social, Trump called it a story that the radical left media does not want to cover. The irony of it all? It's an executive order drawn up by the Trump White House that is based on fake news.